When it comes to ASTRAEOS, base locations play a major role in day-to-day play, so we proudly present top 10 new best PvE base locations on ASTRAEOS LEMNOKIS. Coming at number 10, this can be found at 20.4 latitude and 96.3 longitude, and then there it is on the map. Now all of these spots are not really in any kind of order, they're all just randomized on this list. Now anyway, starting with this first location, this is actually a pretty decent spot. It has a lot of flat room as well as one major entrance that really kind of brings you over here, and the cool thing about the entrance is that it is actually a bridge. Now that can be a downside when considering that you have dinos and stuff trying to walk them over the bridge, so yeah, that part's completely up to you. I like this spot a lot. It's a really cool spot that's just super flat. It's on the side of a little hill right here, except you're probably gonna have to block some stuff up top. But yeah, other than that, it does play a pretty cool role in honestly just like a PvE spot. Coming at number 9, this can be found at 11.2 latitude and 73.9 longitude, and then there it is on the map. Now this next location is this little like wyvern grotto kind of thing. It's actually a pretty cool spot. I personally love this new location. It just has a ton of room in here and a lot of just like little water features as well. So it's not a lot of really kind of like open flat land to build a pretty big base, so everything's gonna have to be kind of scattered around. But if you're playing on PvE anyways, you should be able to build something in here that kind of works around the environment. I'll just say that. There's a lot of resources here too. If you're looking to just get a bunch of that as well, like you got a bunch of crystal, you got a ton of wood, and a good amount of stone as well. But yeah, there's one of your main entrances over there, which I mean it doesn't really matter since this whole thing's kind of just wide open. I personally love this spot so much with a really cool little wyvern twist. Coming at number 8, this can be found at 13.5 latitude and 60.9 longitude. Then there it is on the map. Now this spot is one that's kind of closer to all the rest of just ASTRAEOS. Now this is one of the outer islands. Now this little island has a lot of open land, and then it has just kind of a big centralized area on the very top, which is actually very, very high up. It has a pretty long ramp that kind of leads up there, so yeah, you don't have as much room technically on top, but you do have 2 different oil veins which you can harvest oil out of, so that's a big upside. Not to mention that the side of the mountain has a really cool little crystal feature, and you also have that little kind of like extended pillar area over here on the right. So yeah, that actually makes the area look a lot better, and you have the entire island pretty much to yourself. Coming at number 7, this can be found at 20.8 latitude and 71.5 longitude. Then there it is on the map. Now this spot is a pretty cool one as well. It's got a lot of flat rooms. If you're looking for, to build with a bigger sized tribe, this is one of the better ones for you. It's more kind of towards the left, pretty close to the aberration entrances as well, if you're looking for that. It has this little outer pillar thing out here, which is pretty cool as well. You also have a decent amount of crystal, you got some wood trees, some metal, all that. I mean, you're going to be harvesting that out of here anyways. Now, a cool feature is that it has 2 of these giant statues that are built onto the side of it, making for a actually pretty cool and amazing base spot, I'm not going to lie. This video is sponsored by Mitra 9. Mitra 9 is a kava and kratom seltzer company which provides an alternative to alcohol. These drinks give you a high but without the impairment. They have a ton of great flavors, my favorite being tropical. If you're looking for a new drink to replace your coffee in the morning, Mitra is the way to go. Simply go to mitra9.com and use my code Outcasts and you will get 25% off your entire order. Now, back to the video. Coming at number 6, this can be found at 19.2 latitude and 90.4 longitude. Then there it is on the map. Now this is a bit of a smaller location, however, I like this one quite a bit because it actually has built-in structures that you can actually build inside of, which actually is pretty cool, not gonna lie. Now it has a full another little kind of open world like little base that you can build in. This is just the top portion of it. Again, like I said, there's not too much room to work with outside of these, but if you're a smaller tribe or just a solo player looking just to kind of build in something that's a little bit different, I would highly recommend this. There's still plenty of room for all of your just necessities, just not a lot of room for dinos up top. However, there is a bottom portion, which I will cover right after this, but over here you do have this nice cool little bonfire. So if you're looking to use that, for some PvE stuff, I mean, it's completely there for you. I mean, I like it a lot, but yeah, and then here's the kind of lower region. There's a lot of room down here, but you do have, one of these little temple things down here. It's not as much room in here to really build with because they put pillars inside of it, but yeah, actually a pretty cool spot. Coming at number 5, this can be found at 7.4 latitude and 79.1 longitude. Then there it is on the map. Now this is another really cool structure base, and this one has a lot more room, not to mention that it's also on the beach. So if you're looking to build, with some ships or have some mods where you actually have like big major ships, actually ASTRAEOS does have ships built into it. I completely forgot about that. So yeah, this is a pretty cool spot if you're looking to build, you just have a giant ocean tribe, do a lot of stuff on the water, and you can go ahead and fix up a lot of these ruins and actually turn it into a proper base. Not to mention it has a pretty big building over here, as well as just natural kind of spike walls. So yeah, definitely a pretty amazing spot. I like this spot. I think this is probably my favorite spot on this map. Coming at number 4, this can be found at 14.4 latitude and 78.3 longitude. Then there it is on the map. Now this is a bit of a different one. This is more kind of like a snowy themed one. Just kind of wanted to put one of these in because this is pretty much the exact middle of the Lemnokis island. So if you're looking to build actually, okay, I take that back. It's not fully middle. That full middle one is up next, I believe. I got it mixed up. Sorry for that. But yeah, anyways, there's quite a bit of room up here. Yeah, and it just has a really cool little snow theme, and there's not too much more to really talk about. It's pretty high up though, I will admit that. It's very, very high up in the sky. You have a lot of resources by you, and yeah, it has this really cool little like zigzag ramp that leads up to your base. You have this bottom portion as well, and yeah, pretty cool spot. Coming at number 3, this can be found at 27.2 latitude and 97.3 longitude. Then there it is on the map. Now this is pretty far over on the kind of like corner of Lemnokis, really close to actually both aberration entrances. So if you're looking to build really close to the ab entrances to go farming an ab or just be around there, you do have this spot. This is extremely flat and isn't really a huge base, I'm not gonna lie, but you only have one main kind of entrance that leads up here, and not to mention that you have the bottom portions as well that you can build stuff on or just store dinos. If you can see right there on the left, I'll show that here in a quick second. But yeah, not too much room up top, but you do have the bottom portions, which does have a couple statues that are kind of built in. I like that quite a bit. But yeah, this bottom portion is amazing for just expanding your base, adding a bunch of dinos, or just a giant breeding area. So yeah, another amazing spot. Coming at number 2, this can be found at 27.6 latitude and 75.5 longitude. Then there it is on the map. Now this one is a much bigger version of the last one and is kind of in a better location in my opinion, kind of more centralized towards the entire map. It's kind of like its own little island, which I like quite a bit, and it has a cave that's built onto the side of this area. Really cool, really amazing. Tons of room on here as well. That cave is kind of on the bottom portion, and then you also have some actual structures down below. Coming in number 1, this can be found at 10.9 latitude and 83.9 longitude. Then there it is on the map. Now this is the spot that is completely centralized to Lemnokis. It is pretty much dead center, so if you're looking to build in a really good spot that's just easy to get around this little island, and honestly most of the map, I would highly recommend living here. It's not as big as some of these other spots, but it still has quite a bit of flat land. You can expand on the sides, build a little bit higher up if you need to. But most of all, it's just a nice centralized location. I mean, that's probably one of the biggest upsides about this spot. You're also pretty close to some water, you're really close to a lot of resources, and I believe 2 different caves. Not to mention that there are some drop spawns pretty much right next to you as well. But yeah, it's only one central entrance that gets up here, super high up, so you don't have to worry about a bunch of dinos getting up to you. But anyways, that's it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. Don't forget to leave a like if you're new and hit that subscribe button. We are trying to aim for 100,000 subs, but we're very close. But anyways, thanks for watching.